Right now, 4 people, including a minor, have been arrested in connection to an attack on a UW student. What we know so far. Plus, many states are under heat advisories right now, including Wisconsin. Dana has all the alert days coming up this week. And a Lafayette County church marks a major milestone, celebrating 175 years. That's all coming up tonight at 5:30. All right, so let's dive right into the weather. A few alert days coming up this week. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is outside on the weather patio and has all of that action.
It is going to get hotter outside for us. Of course, this afternoon turned out to be really, really nice for Father's Day. Here's a live look over Madison. But even today, a few degrees warmer than where we were at 24 hours ago. Saturday, we saw temperatures in the mid-70s, and now we're in the mid to low 80s. With our breeze coming in from the south at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. And when we have that southerly flow, it really helps our temperatures climb. We're expecting that warming trend to continue for us overnight and as we look ahead to Monday. 84 currently in Janesville and in Lone Rock. Again, that breeze coming in from the south. Enough that you'll certainly notice it if you're out and about. Over the next 10 days, we are in for several warm days, but the hottest two will be Monday and Tuesday, when temperatures will be in the middle to lower 90s and heat index readings expected to be in the upper 90s, possibly in the low triple digits. So because of this, we have alert days in the forecast for the start of your work week. We're in for another hot and humid stretch for Monday and Tuesday. And it doesn't look like the heat's going to shut off after that, but we'll take a closer look at when we might see a little bit of relief, at least in the form of some raindrops, in just a few minutes, Brad.
All right, thanks so much, Dana. That heat won't only be felt in southern Wisconsin. Several states across the United States are also facing scorching temperatures. That's in addition to soaring prices and travel troubles. Cole Higgins has more.
Feels like a sauna out here.
More than 15 million Americans under heat alert Sunday, from the Dakotas to the Gulf Coast. Some celebrating Father's Day and Juneteenth with record-breaking temperatures in the triple digits. Some people trying to travel this holiday weekend are running into trouble. Since Friday, thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed. The TSA reporting Friday clocked in as the most popular air travel day of 2022. TSA officers screening more than 2,430,000 people at airport security checkpoints nationwide that day.
We are not staffed appropriately for this summer flying.
Delta Airlines pilots say they're being overworked to accommodate the summer travel demand, even as the airline cancels flights. Delta says they're canceling about 100 flights daily this summer to try and minimize schedule disruptions.
We don't have enough pilots, and the company is scheduling more flights than they can fly.
Summer travel not only chaotic, but more costly as inflation hits a 40-year high.
We know this is going to be a tough summer.
U.S. drivers getting a slight break on gas prices this weekend. The national average for gas hovering around $5 a gallon, according to AAA. But drivers shouldn't get too excited.
Driving season just started, and we know that there will be continued upward pull on demand.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
The department's goal is to increase oil supply to correct the mismatch between the demand for gasoline and its supply right now. They will meet with gas and oil executives coming up this week to discuss that challenge. 4 people accused of attacking a UW student on Tuesday night have now been arrested. Madison police say this incident took place around 10:15 that night when a student was walking alone on West Gilman Street. That's when authorities believe that 4 men punched the student to the ground, then continued to beat the student afterwards. These suspects, one of which was only 15 years old, did not take anything from the student and didn't say anything to him either. This incident appears to be similar to several others that happened near the downtown area recently, and police believe that these 4 suspects could be linked to all of them. Some sad news out of Jefferson County tonight, where a 14-year-old boy was found dead after going underwater at a pond. The sheriff's office says the boy was swimming in the pond at Nature's Villa when he went underwater and could not be found. There were crews from 12 different agencies who searched for this teen for most of Saturday, and when the search began this morning, the body was found at around 8:30 a.m. Officials have not released the boy's name yet, but wanted to send their thoughts and condolences to his family. An 80-year-old man was found dead in the PECATONICA River on Saturday. That's according to law enforcement. Deputies were sent out to a boat dock Saturday morning near West Milwaukee Street after a caller reported seeing a body floating in the river. First responders were able to recover the body of John Michael Flanagan, who is from Argyle. Authorities say that no foul play was suspected. No one was hurt when a 70-foot yacht burst into flames and sank into waters between Maine and New Hampshire. Take a look as authorities said that the yacht, called the Exclusive, sank in the river near Maine on Saturday. It was heading to Wentworth Marina when a passenger saw that black smoke billowing from the ship's lower deck. 3 passengers, as well as 2 family dogs, jumped overboard as the boat was completely engulfed in flames. They were treated at a nearby hospital and then were released. 2 more states have reported their first cases of the monkeypox, Indiana and Missouri. The CDC reports that 113 monkeypox cases have now been confirmed in 21 states as of Friday. Missouri Department of Health officials say their first case is a Kansas City resident who had recently traveled out of state. Indiana's Department of Health isn't releasing the location of their patient, who is currently in isolation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with troops defending the front lines of the Black Sea coast this weekend, honoring them with medals for their service. Zelensky took the time to interact with these soldiers, and took pictures with them, and then thanked them personally for their efforts. This region has been hit really hard recently, including a military strike where 2 people were killed on Friday. The January 6th hearings resume on Tuesday. There are just 3 more sessions to go. This week, the House Select Committee plans to show how former President Donald Trump was involved in a plot to get states to name alternative slates of electors following the 2020 election. Congressman Adam Schiff will lead Tuesday's hearing, featuring testimony from Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers, who says President Trump asked him to change the state's law to choose different electors. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger will also testify. He says he was pressured into phone calls to find more votes. You can watch CBS's special report on that hearing on Channel 3. That's on Tuesday at noon. It remained for decades for helping people celebrate the big moments in life with holidays, with family weddings, and new life. Now a church in Lafayette County is celebrating a milestone of its own. Our Tahalil Mohdin has this story.
In its 175-year history, Darlington United Methodist Church has gone through a lot of changes. But members tell me in all that time, one thing has stayed the same: its commitment to the community. Taking part in more than their usual Sunday service.
Happy birthday to our church.
Members of this church are celebrating 175 years of community, both new and old.
It's got that nice small town atmosphere, yeah.
Pastor Insun Lee joined the congregation less than a year ago, but says she quickly understood what made it special.
Our church is intergeneration congregation, means grandparents, great-grandparents, and parents, and kids and babies around.
Many reminiscing about their own history, their memories filled with joy.
A lot of Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and other holiday celebrations here, and anniversaries and birthdays. We would come back all the time.
On the milestone anniversary, churchgoer John Pellock made the trip from Beloit to Darlington with one big day in mind.
It was a beautiful October 3rd day in 1975. I married one of the local girls, and Reverend Bert married us on the village green here, right outside of the church.
Happy to see, through decades of change, the community's core values remain strong.
The close-knit nature of the Darlington community and all of that, it all rings through this church.
Leaving Pastor Lee confident about the future.
It means not only church building stays, but also so many people.
This church is a part of the greater United Methodist community, which has over 12 million members across the globe. In Darlington, Tahlil Mohdin, News 3 Now.
In their walk down memory lane, churchgoers were also able to view historical artifacts and memorabilia dating back from 1847. Next at 5:30, communities across the U.S. are commemorating the end of slavery. A closer look at the history behind Juneteenth when we return.
It's a lovely day. Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2022 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
Everything's so expensive, it's stretching our family thin. It never used to be like this. It's tougher on us to make ends meet because America's too dependent on China, and Ron Johnson's making it worse. He voted against cracking down on China with tougher trade deals and voted for tax breaks to corporations shipping jobs overseas, and even refused to punish China when it manipulates its currency. And Ron Johnson even defended shipping American jobs overseas. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
It's Make My Mondays at HyVee. This Monday, get 6 packs of Pepsi products, only $1.48. HyVee macaroni and cheese, only 19 cents. Oscar Mayer bologna, only $1.99. And Craven flavor ice cream bars or sandwiches, only $1.99. Monday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at HyVee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
It's a lovely day to... Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2022 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Today is Juneteenth, and last year became the first federal holiday in the United States to be approved since Martin Luther King Jr. Day nearly 40 years ago. Here's more on its history.
Juneteenth is a celebration that marks the end of slavery in the United States. Also known as Emancipation Day, many consider it to be the country's second Independence Day. It was on June 19, 1865, that Union soldiers, led by this man, General Gordon Granger, arrived in Galveston, Texas, with orders to inform residents that the Civil War had ended and to tell enslaved African Americans they were finally free. The message came more than 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln had issued the Emancipation Proclamation. His order was difficult to enforce, so many slaves didn't see freedom until the end of the war. Many African Americans have marked the anniversary for years, but it was a woman from Texas named Opal Lee who started a movement to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, the 95-year-old campaigned on the issue for decades. She even held a 2.5-mile march each year to commemorate the 2.5 years it took for slaves in Texas to learn they were free.
Please continue the kinds of things that you know we need to become one people. Here, it's not a white thing, it's not a black thing, it's an American thing.
In 1980, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth a state holiday. By 2019, 47 states and the District of Columbia followed suit. Last year, President Joe Biden signed a law making Juneteenth a federal holiday, a dream come true for Lee and for so many others.
By making Juneteenth a federal holiday, all Americans can feel the power of this day and learn from our history and celebrate progress and grapple with the distance we've come, but the distance we have to travel, Jim.
A historical marker can be seen today in Galveston, Texas, at the site where General Granger and his troops set up their headquarters, announcing the end of slavery. Today, Americans recognize Juneteenth with parties and gatherings, and the day is marked as a celebration of African American freedom and achievement.
I'd scream it from the housetops that unity is freedom. People have been taught to hate, and if people have been taught to hate, they can be taught to love.
And tomorrow, for the first time ever, the U.S. Postal Service will also be observing Juneteenth. Since the holiday falls on Sunday this year, the post office will be closed tomorrow. All regular services will resume on Tuesday. And in a statement, a spokesperson said an important part of creating an inclusive workplace is increasing awareness and appreciation for the different cultures and backgrounds of our postal employees. Next at 5:30, a couple of alert days in the forecast this week for extreme heat. Dana has the latest right after the break.
Do you have hundreds or even thousands of emails sitting in your inbox? Monday, we have expert tips to help you hit delete on your digital clutter once and for all.
And we have another heat wave on the way. We'll be planning out your day Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Dude, great ride.
Right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads.
Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Sarah Godlewski, leading the fight.
Between Roe v. Wade, paid family leave, affordable child care, and affordable senior care, if you had more women at that U.S. Senate table, they'd be prioritizing things like that.
Sarah Godlewski, straight talk about Ron Johnson.
We do not want politicians like Ron Johnson making health care decisions for women and affecting our freedom.
Sarah Godlewski, the best chance to rid the Senate of Ron Johnson.
I'm Sarah Godlewski. I approve this message.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. HyVee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the HyVee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your HyVee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
June in southern Minnesota means plenty of green. That includes growing crops, of course, and a fully grown giant. Take a look at this. It's an enormous Jolly Green Giant statue in Blue Earth, Minnesota. Standing at 60 feet tall, his smile is 4 feet wide. He has the size 78 shoe, and he weighs at just, 8,000 pounds. Jolly Green Giant was once a major canning company in Blue Earth, but the statue was built all in thanks to the radio station owner, Paul Hedberg. In the 70s, Hedbergs realized that highway construction would bring less traffic to the city.
He got to thinking, okay, we need something to bring people to town. So he came up with the idea of a green giant statue. And you talk to anybody who has any family or friends coming from out of town, they always bring them out to see the giant. Because that's what you do.
Now, legend says that Hedberg raised close to $60,000 in just one day in the 70s to build this statue, and it's just feet away from a museum about the Giant's history. Blue Earth holds the Giant Days every single July to celebrate the Jolly Green Giant and what it means for the city. All right, Dana, I lived in Minnesota a couple years ago. I thought there were only Paul Bunyan statues out there.
And now they're switching it up. I think you've got to go check it out. That and all the little trolls in Mount Horeb for us, very similar. Of course, it might be a good weekend too, or hopefully you had the opportunity to get outside this weekend because it turned out to be really nice Saturday and this afternoon, but now things are getting a little warmer. We're at 83 right now in Madison, but notice what is just off to the west. This is what's going to be building in for the start of your work week. Temperatures in the 90s, heat index readings climbing close to the triple digits since dew points right now in Austin near 70 for us, 48 in Madison, so much more humid outside off to the west. Our Doppler track in that direction is quiet. quiet, but because of the heat, we do have heat advisories extending from areas northwest of La Crosse into Minnesota for tomorrow. Nothing for southern Wisconsin right now, but we might have some heat advisories as we look ahead to Tuesday. Tuesday is expected to be a bit warmer than Monday. A little more humid outside also for Tuesday. Overall, the 10-day includes a mostly dry stretch, so we really don't have a lot of opportunities to pick up any rain. We could see some raindrops by the end of this week, but mostly focusing on the heat and the sunshine that's sticking with us. And it is going to stay quite warm outside even once we get through that quick little rain chance at the end of the week. Temperatures trending above average. Tonight will be mostly clear. It will fall down to the middle 60s to start off your work week. Afternoon high temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 90s with heat index readings in the middle to upper 90s. Mostly sunny for Monday. We're mostly clear heading into Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning is going to be very mild early in the day, in the middle 70s early, and then afternoon high temperatures in the middle 90s with heat index readings, of course, climbing well above that. So we have alert days in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be hot outside. It's going to be humid, things that we've already been through before, but just a friendly reminder to make sure that you stay nice and hydrated. If you're spending a lot of time outside, I would certainly try to limit strenuous activities outside and keep an eye on those that are a little more vulnerable to the higher heat. And our 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 day, we're still seeing this above average trend. It's really what we've been talking about for the last several weeks now. We've had a few days like yesterday where we were just a little bit below average, but in general, our forecast has really been above normal for most of June. Tomorrow, 98 the high, partly sunny, hot and humid, with our breeze coming in from the southwest about 8 to 15 miles per hour. The alert days for Monday and Tuesday, because of the heat and the humidity, it is going to be quite hot outside and humid. I know that we have been through these warmer temperatures already, but it is always worth reminding folks, if just one extra person makes sure they stay hydrated, it's worth it, Brad, for the next few days. Summer starts on Tuesday, and it's going to feel like summer outside. We have a slight chance for showers late Thursday into Friday, and a slight chance following that up on Saturday, but otherwise, again, a very dry stretch. So keeping an eye on folks for the heat, and then also my poor garden right now needs some water too.
That does not look like the garden's going to get any help this week.
No, not from the water, but the sunshine. I know it's tomatoes like sunshine. Some of my other plants, I don't know if the spinach is really going to last much longer.
So you're telling us stay in the shade. Let's let's chill
stay in the shade. Find ways to stay cool. Staying inside. Libraries, cooling centers, all great places. The library was always where we would go when growing up. If it got too hot outside, we'll just go hang out there. So yes, but just be mindful of the heat.
All right, Dana, thanks so much. Coming up, Brewers might have just turned the corner after a rough couple of weeks, but can they get the sweep over the Reds? More on the series finale coming up next in sports.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built Ford Escape with an available head-up display and pre-collision assist. And Ford Edge with available enhanced active park assist and intelligent all-wheel drive. Both are IIHS top safety picks. That's value built for America. Ford SUVs. Drive one today. Choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% financing for 66 months only at your local Ford dealer.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free. What'd he say? He said, sure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, everyone can choose any phone free, new and current customers. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Joe Biden opened America's borders, increasing the flow of deadly drugs into our communities. Last year, over 105,000 people died of drug overdoses in America. Biden's putting our children and families at risk. Ron Johnson is warning everyone that drug traffickers are adding fentanyl to counterfeit pills, and it only takes one pill to kill. Please tell your children and support law enforcement.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Mark Kane spotlights the future of dairy farming tonight at 10.
After a rocky
weeks, the Brewers finally got their mojo back. Back-to-back wins over the Reds, where they were fueled by Willie Adames and Hunter Renfroe homers. Now the crew is hunting its first series sweep since the first week of May, that's where they actually swept the Reds. Scoreless heading into the fourth, and Luis Urias gets it started with an RBI double. But how about some more run insurance? Victor Caratini takes care of that with a 2-run blast. And then Hunter Renfroe puts this game away for good with a 2-run shot of his own, his third straight game with a homer. Brew Crew win 6-3 and sweep the Reds on Father's Day. Now they're coming back home. Mallards beginning a 2-game series with the Dock Spiders, but today it just wasn't their day. Mallards fall 4-3 in Game 1. Series heads to Fond du Lac. Game 2 is tomorrow night at 6:35, and right now the Mallards are 9.5 games back. With the high school baseball season ending just a couple of days ago, the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association has released its all-state and all-district teams for this year. Earning a spot on the first team all-state is newly crowned state champion Gavin Keelan out of Milton, Sun Prairie's Davis Hamilton, and Mineral Point's Dominic McVeigh. And the final round of the U.S. Open coming into Championship Sunday with Will Zalatoris and Matt Fitzpatrick sat tied for first. This tournament actually just finished up a few minutes ago. Fitzpatrick is the winner of this year's U.S. Open, marking his first major win. We're going to have highlights of his incredible finish at Brookline, plus reaction tonight at 10. And in Formula One, the Canadian Grand Prix took place earlier, and what a finish in Montreal. Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz neck and neck for a majority of this race. Down to the final lap, looks like Sainz will edge him, but it's a no-go on that. Verstappen kicks it into high gear to win it. Sainz and Lewis Hamilton earn a spot on the podium with second and third place finishes. Now, going back to our high school baseball coverage, you got a little personal connection with obviously one of the players, your cousin. Yeah. So congratulations to him.
Congrats, Davis.
Obviously had to loop it back around and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Yes, very cool.
Biased here, so. Right.
As you should be. It's your family.
Thank you, Jordan. We're going to be right back.
It's a lovely day. Cars built with safety in mind. Even for those guys. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2022 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
It's always time for Papa Murphy's. And now you can get any medium 2-topping pizza for just $6.99. Now that's meaty-yum. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Order online today at papamurphys.com.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Qualified lessees can sign and drive this Equinox for around $340 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There's a reason President Trump endorsed Tim Michels for governor.
I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs.
President Trump called Tim Michels an America First conservative who will support the Second Amendment, honor law enforcement, and stand strong against the woke mob.
If you want to see Madison turned upside down, then I'm asking for your vote.
Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump for governor.
It's a lovely day. Cars built with safety in mind. Even for those guys. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the spacious 2022 Atlas. Limited inventory available.
Alert days in the forecast to start your work week. Monday and Tuesday will be hot and humid outside with highs in the mid to low 90s and heat index readings in the upper 90s. Tuesday's the first day of summer, and it does look like the heat's going to stick with us as we look ahead to the rest of that 10-day.
Yes, stay cool, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us, and we're going to see you all at 10 o'clock.